This is a case where the load on a tractor trailer struck a bridge, and that caused an entire span of the bridge to collapse. There was also another tractor trailer that was involved that was actually in the midst of passing the tractor trailer that struck the bridge. There was a pilot vehicle that had gone through the bridge prior and had failed to detect that the load was not going to clear. And our client wanted to understand how that damage occurred, how the tractor trailer and the load interacted with the bridge, and how that led to the collapse of the bridge. In order to analyze how all those pieces fit together, we needed to model the bridge as it was prior to the crash. We needed to model the tractor trailer and the load as they were prior to the crash. So we needed to model each of those elements. And so in order to do that, we had the number of sources that we could rely on. The NTSB, National Transportation Safety Board, had investigated this crash and had done documentation of each of those elements. So had the local police. They had investigated the accident and had done some measurements. And then we were able to inspect some of those elements as well, like the tractor trailer and the load, and to document those with our laser scanners and with other tools that we have available. The ultimate goal of that was to put all that together in computer models. So we created a computer model of the bridge and the surrounding roadway and environment, the river. We created a computer model of the load and the tractor trailer that struck the bridge. We created a computer model of the tractor trailer that was passing when this all occurred. And so with those, we could then put those together in our computer modeling software and look at different scenarios. So we could look at, for example, the damage to the bridge elements and look at how that fit with the tractor trailer, what part of the tractor trailer came into contact with the bridge. And then we could also look at hypotheticals, like had the tractor trailer been traveling in a different lane, would that tractor trailer have been able to clear without striking the bridge? In this case, we also had a video which was captured from a surveillance camera that was located at a nearby car dealership. That surveillance camera captured the beginning portions of the collapse of the bridge. It also captured the motion of the two tractor trailers as they approached the bridge and drove onto the bridge. And so we were able to analyze that video to determine the speeds of the tractor trailers, to determine their relative motion, and to determine where they were in the moments leading up to the impact that occurred between the tractor trailer and the bridge. This is a case that illustrates the capabilities we have at Luminous. We have the capability to model structures like a bridge and to look at how those structures are involved. In this instance, it was in a collision with a vehicle, but could be really in any context. And it's also a good example of where our capabilities interface with other experts. So on this case, there was also a structural engineer that was involved who was analyzing the forces involved with the impact of the bridge and how that led to the collapse of the bridge. We were able to give that engineer information, like for example, the speed of the truck and the geometry of how the load interacted with the components of the bridge. So we were able to work with other experts to both analyze that and then also to produce graphics and animations that will allow all of us to communicate what happened with a jury.